Being perfect is not about that scoreboard out there.
It's time to bring you all the latest news and notes on high school athletics.
It's about you and your relationship to yourself and your family and your friends.
The Lessons Rise Show on 940 ESPN with Christian Lukens and Coach Q. Live from Fashion Furniture. Callers and guests call the Little Caesars Hot and Ready hotline at 485-2940. Brought to you by Fashion Furniture, Emmanuel High School, Photech Photo and Imaging Lab, and Bearden Insurance, and the Lessons Natural Foods and Vitamins for the best in everything good.
Right here. This is it right here, right
and now. And now, here are your hosts, Christian Lukens and Coach Q.
Good morning. I almost said afternoon, Coach. Good morning. 11:00 now. It's almost fall, which for me is always the time where I start getting really, really excited that we're closing in on football season. When the calendar, at least I think for the fans, when the calendar switches to August, that's when you go, all right, home stretch. But for coaches and for players, it's really a never-ending process. You're always kind of in football mode. See? 51 days. Coach Garza from Central joining us now. Coach, you knew that number right off the top of your head.
Absolutely. One of our players, Savion Sims, he keeps me updated on how many days left. And today he came and told me 51 days till game one, this many days till this, and 8 months till signing day. They got it all figured out.
When do you start the countdown to the season, or does the countdown start right after the final game?
This sounds crazy, but when you're a head coach, there really isn't like an in-season, off-season. It's all important. So to me, the season is fun, but it's just as important as January, February, March, and I think that's where a lot of kids lose sight because everybody wants to play football in August, but they haven't prepared themselves, and their bodies and their minds to do it. In my opinion, we build our team in February and March. That's where all the mental toughness and our philosophies and how to communicate, all that stuff's done early. And right now our kids, I was just talking with Coach Clayton, our district athletic director, how far along our kids have come mentally is what I'm excited about, and it's showing right now. I think this is the furthest we've been along at Central High since I've been there, and it's mainly because of our thought process.
With 51 days left till the season, what part of preparation are you at now? Is it just really focusing on getting the execution part down? You keep running the same plays over and over. Everybody has a handful of plays that they're going to go to, and you keep executing and you keep fixing that. We are at the part where, conditioning-wise, we've got after it, and we're in pretty good shape. Mentally, our kids are coaching each other and they're understanding. So we're still at the part where we're trying to take knowledge and trickle it down to first, second, and third string players. Is your team participating in any passing leagues throughout the summer?
Yes, we've done a few. We try to do enough to stay sharp and to learn from it. We try to videotape them, watch them, meet, get feedback on everything we do. We're going to go to the coast Thursday, and it's a fun trip for the kids, but we also do some team-building activities, and we do a campfire discussion and commitment cards. Our guys set goals. We talk about some issues, and it's one of the funnest things we do as a team, and I think it's one of the most memorable things for our players. They always talk about, going to the coast and how much fun it was.
Now, I know that I've seen some of these passing leagues that have been, days have been canceled because of the heat that we've had out there. Does that disrupt some of the progress that you're trying to get? Have you had any days canceled?
Yes, we've had one day canceled, and it's unfortunate. It's not a big deal. We just we try to do stuff in the morning when it's not hot. We work out at 6 a.m. every day because that's probably the only time you're going to be able to go out there and run 1240s full speed. So we just try not to fight it. It's part of where we live. We know the rules on the days colored, and it's hot out there. But every time I go home, I see people working and picking grapes and harvesting. So it's not that hot to where people aren't going to go to work.
Coach, thanks for coming on the show. Last time I had a chance to talk to you with your brand new track coach, cross country coach, Christy Johnson, and you were sharing with her about how you were happy about the mental side, and that was the big thing to change the culture, how people thought in this program, and you felt like this is the year that you've really made a big jump to that. Why don't you share with our listeners a little bit what you mean by that?
I think as a coach, you go through different phases of your career, and this is now going to be my 10th season as a head coach. The first few years, you're just figuring out how to get some wins and not get fired. I mean, that's really what you're trying to do. And then after that, you start thinking about building a program, long-term success. You have goals of championships and all those things. I am at a point in my career where I've been doing this long enough, and some of the issues I've had off the field where I am in it for a lot of different reasons now. So for us, it's about the kids. It's about building relationships. It's teaching men to be, young boys to be men. So all those things are more important to me. I was in the Valley Championship a couple years ago, and we wanted to beat a team so bad, and it was a great platform. Everything was set up, and it didn't work out the way it worked out. And I was so let down about that I thought to myself that I have everything screwed up, because we had won 11 games. It was the most wins in school history. We had a great season, and I was upset about not winning the big game. And I think as coaches we do that, but when you change your goals and you change your focus, those things don't bother you as much. So we're going to have a very good team this year, and I know a lot of people have written us off, and we're further along than we've ever been at Central. And I know we're going to be fine, and I'm not worried about that. Whatever comes from that, our kids going out there performing comes from it. But our motto this year is stand for more, and our kids have done a lot more and been a lot more than football players, and we're trying to do more community service involvement, doing a blood drive. So those type of things, that's where we're at year 3 at Central High School. I still think league titles are there, Valley title. We're definitely in the running. But I know we're not going to be let down. We're going to do our best job we can out there, and we're going to put a good show for everybody, and we're going to run a program with integrity, and the kids are going to have a lot of fun.
Is it the case of when you go through life stuff that you go back and look and go, man, we were better. We should have had more fun when we were this good. I should have enjoyed this more when we had it like this. And let me prep you for this.
Yeah.
Because I moved to Fresno because my mom passed of cancer. And I just cleaned out my office in Davis and brought back all this stuff. I didn't realize, really, that I'd won a couple of section championships. I never read the letters people sent me. I'm just going through that stuff now, and I'm going, why 12 years ago, before I got out of it, why didn't I enjoy this? And it's kind of like you said, your perspective as a coach can sometimes you go, man, we were good. I should have been having more fun. What was I stressed out about? I was killing myself.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. For me, I've been having fun for the last 4 years. I had my health took a turn in 2011, so I've been looking at the world through different goggles.
Yeah.
So I jump on sidelines. I don't know if you watch our games. I am jumping around, and I am having fun no matter what, because I know the alternative. So for me, I've been in the moment for a few years now, and I love it, and it's been a great ride at all the different places I've been. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have regrets when it's all done looking back at those things. I know I personally keep those letters. I put them in a box, and all those great moments, I personally keep track of them. I have a journal. You see me bring them to our interviews, but I write all this stuff down. I mean, there's times where I'll go back and look at a little notebook I had in my first year coaching and realize how bad I was as a coach and how bad we were. And then you kind of go, oh, yeah, I'm lucky. So, you don't complain at that. I know I'm blessed, so I don't think there'll be much regrets.
I like that, because had I not kept that stuff in boxes, I wouldn't have. Because after a while, you forget. You go through life, and you go, man, I can't believe we did that. We took the kids here. Mm-hmm. We did that there, and they remember that, and guys talk to you about it, and then they telling their kids about it, and you don't realize the impact that you have in the life of young folks sometimes, and even the cheerleaders. I mean, the cheerleaders were spending a bunch of money at the school I was coaching at, and they didn't take any trips. And I told the cheerleading staff, if you guys get your money together, I think you took yours. Did you guys take them to Colorado? Did they go to Colorado?
Yes, they did.
They never forget that.
Yeah.
I was somewhere in Sac, and a lady, and when they're 14, 15, they look one way. When they're 25, 26, they look, some woman walked up to me and said, Coach, this is my son. Remember that time we went down and did this? I said, who are you? I'm your cheerleader at Natomas. Mm-hmm. And it's the lifetime stuff, and it makes you feel like you're 10 feet tall. And one of the things that we wanted to have you on today about is not only your football program, but I personally remember driving down the street to George Wilson's house and saying, I want to Christian and I just got this job. Mm-hmm. I like coaching when I first started. I didn't know what I was doing. And I said, I need to interview some people, and I absolutely don't know anybody in Fresno. And George called you up, and you were at Stanford, and you were unable to come on. And what a difference a year makes. Mm-hmm. And now you head into this season, prep to win the Valley Championship, but you also have got some people here today because you have something that's community-oriented that you're trying to get out there. Coach, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. I think as a coach and as a father, I think the best way to teach young men is to show them. And, our football motto is stand for more. And I have a 3-year-old son, and I want him to know that, even though his dad hasn't been given a good deck of cards, he's going to make the best hand he can. So I'm reaching out, and, this is an old friend of mine who we grew up together. We just took a picture. Angel's a golf coach at Central.
Yeah, Angel owes $1,000 fine. Yeah, I had to slap Angel with some restriction. He won the Valley Championship in golf, but I had to put a little fine on him.
Well, if you're not slapping a restriction on Angel, something's wrong. That's kind of how it's been since the early 90s.
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong there. But Tasha was a really good athlete. This is a show on athlete. She was a Valley champion in softball, captain.
Oh, really?
FCA, I think we did. They did FCA too. I think we won an award. I think we did something back then.
She can't remember. She need to go through her
box.
That was a while ago, and her bangs are about 4 inches tall. But anyways, she was very successful, and we went to college together and just grew up. And we don't see people as much as you get older, but through this whole thing and through just word of mouth, she basically stepped up to the plate and said she wants to organize this donor drive and be the person in charge, and she's the person for it. I have a lot of great ideas, but I'm not very good at getting them out, and she's very meticulous and really in charge of it. She works for Fresno State and really knows what she's doing. So she's going to take this donor drive, and we already reached out to people, and people want to help. That's really why we wanted to do a bone marrow drive, because I have people call me up and they just want to help. And financially we're fine. We don't need money. We don't need things that people want to offer. But if people really want to help, I figured if we give them an outlet to do that and just show that they want to help out, I think that's a great idea. Coaches, the definition of coach is getting somebody somewhere they can't take themselves. So I think a lot of people want to do this, but we're going to educate them and let them know how. And I don't know if you guys are up for it, but we can actually demonstrate a swab and how fast it takes today.
Oh yeah, we got it all. We got plenty of time for you, Coach. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so what we're trying to do is get as many people swabbed, and we'll talk a little bit about the process as possible for the bone marrow registry. I'm at a position where I'm waiting for a donor so I can get a donor transplant, and when that happens I'll be leaving for a little vacation, but right now I'm just waiting for that to happen. And there's several people like myself that are sitting waiting for a match to give them a chance at life. So I figured I'm not, hope's great for a lot of people, but it's not a very good plan for me. I like to make things happen and like to be, proactive. So we're going to be as proactive as possible. And the goal that I have is to get 1,000 people swabbed. 1 in 500 people get picked to actually donate marrow. So that's 2 people's lives that could be saved if we do this thing correctly. So with just friends and family getting organized, it's really the momentum started great. Don Arax, the head coach of Bullard football, and my mentor is putting together a coaches dinner August 23rd to get about 90 to 100 coaches there. James Gambrell, who I worked with at Central, is now the athletic director at Buchanan, is going to do a donor drive for one of their games as well. And then Phil Larson, a supervisor of District 1, called me today, and he's going to be talking to local mayors to get some drives going too. So if people could just see the effort going and the momentum, it's like a train. It's hard to get the train started, but once you get going, it can run through a wall.
Right.
Where we're trying to just get this momentum going, and not just locally, but nationwide. I have a coach, a friend of mine at New Mexico, and their whole staff got swabbed already. So we're going to get that out and hopefully try to use Twitter. I have not been a social media guy because most of the time, as a head coach, you're getting bashed on the media. You
don't want to be on there. No.
You got to stay away.
That's right.
So I am now on Twitter at Garza_bounces, and I'm out there just trying to get the message out and send information for people to see, and just try to get this thing going because it's not very hard to do, and you could save a life doing it.
Man, I think we're going to take a break, Coach. We're going to come back to you. We love what you're talking about. We're going to put some time with you. We're going to put your organizers on, and we're going to talk some more about this great drive that you got going.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get that. We'll get the example of the swab and see just how easy that is for everybody. Or I'll time it. It's radio. I'll let you know. I'm sure it'll be. Coach says it's fast and easy. I believe him. We'll come back. More of the Lessons Rise show after this. It's 940 ESPN, the Valley's local sports leader.
And now, back to the Lessons Rise Show on 940 ESPN. Brought to you by Fashion Furniture, GN2 Fitness, Emmanuel High School, Photech Photo and Imaging Labs, and Lessons Natural Foods and Vitamins for the best in everything good. Here's Christian Lukens and Coach Q.
Back at Fashion Furniture as hour number 2 rolls on. We got everything. I've got everything situated now. As soon as I hear, hey, here's the Twitter handle where you can help out, I'm on it. So if you want to follow Coach Garza, it's at Garza_bounces. And I'm told that there's another Twitter account if you want to be part of more information about the bone marrow registry. At help me out. I just had it.
Be the match, number 4, J.
Yep, be the match, number 4, letter J.
And tell us who you are. And
I am Tasha Jeffreda, and I'm helping Justin coordinate the efforts to bring awareness for the bone marrow registry and then help coordinate some of the events that are going to be happening within our area.
Between you, Justin, and Angel, you seem to be the one that's really organized.
Is it that obvious?
Well, coaches see things in an obvious, practical way. We're gonna throw the ball to you, and you're gonna score the touchdown. Is that what's happening?
That's right.
How did you get involved with this with Justin outside of just
You know what? Justin and I go way back. We've been friends since junior high. Went to high school together at San Joaquin Memorial, and I've been following his career actually for years, and just have had a great time seeing what he's been able to do in all the 3 different high schools that he's been at. And when I got wind that he wanted to get the word out about bone marrow donation and getting people, especially Hispanics, on the registry, I thought, what a better way to not stand on the sidelines and actually get involved and do something.
And you decided to come up with this idea of, I guess there's a dinner coming up with Coach Arax, and
you know what? It's really, I think, people reaching out to Justin and the community itself just rallying behind the coach himself. And I think there's a lot of ideas and things that are coming on board. And so I'm trying to help at least facilitate some of them and organize it a little bit and take some, at least that part off of Justin's plate so he can focus on bringing up Central again this season and staying healthy and focused.
All right, so the drive is going to start when?
We are actually going to be launching a full week, the last week of August 25th through 29th. We're encouraging people to go to, actually they can go now to any of the locations of the Central California Blood Center, and they can get swabbed to join the bone marrow donation registry, and also give blood, and do both, to be honest. And then the major drive will be in coordination with Central's first home game, which is on Friday, August 29th from 5 to 9.
Do you know who they play?
Coach?
Liberty of Brentwood, Bay Area.
I'm just trying to test you, Teresa. I'm just trying to... Tasha, I'm sorry.
She knows her game.
Tasha, sorry about that. So, Tasha, who did you bring with you from the blood drive?
This is Chris Sorensen. She's from Central California Blood Center.
From the Blood Center. And she's going to give me the test and see how long it takes?
Yes, she can talk to you a little bit more about the process of what it takes to join the bone marrow registry. And she even brought a kit that you can order online and get delivered to your home, or you can go to any of the locations of the Central California Blood Center, and they can actually test and swab you there.
Chris, you are looking absolutely fabulous, and we're going to move you. Got your hair.
I'm just sure I have everything all over the place.
Yeah, that's all right. You should be happy to have hair. I don't have any. I can't grow any hair. So.
Oh, you look stunning that way.
Well, that's because the light hits it and it shines people, it blinds people. So you and Tasha connected on this project.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how long have you been with this program?
I've been with the Central California Blood Center almost 15 years. So we've saved a lot of lives and helped a lot of great folks like Justin. And he'll just be the very latest that we help have a happy, healthy life. And we're hoping that folks will come in, and they can come in, as Tasha said a minute ago, they can come into any Central California Blood Center. We have 3 locations in Fresno, 1 in Visalia, and 1 in Porterville. And we can put folks on the Marrow Registry every day. So they can start now. And if they're not able to get on the Marrow Registry, they can also donate blood or do both. And then there's a big push at the end of August. So we'll have a extra special blood drive and Marrow Registry that last week.
And that'll be all over, or just at Central?
No. During that week, we will really be actively promoting, even more than we are now, to come in and donate on Justin's behalf. We're keeping track of how many folks are getting on the registry and donating, because Justin has a goal in his mind and his heart. He'll make it. We know he will. And so, if you're going to be gone that last week, or, you have an hour that you can spare, come on in now and just get it done, get on the registry. And as soon as you're on, then the testing starts. And then you can find out if you're a match for Justin or other folks like him.
Now, there's specific target area that you're really trying to get Latino men and African American men. What are you targeting?
The registry itself needs folks of all ethnic backgrounds.
Okay.
Caucasians seem to kind of keep coming in, but the ethnic folks are not as readily coming in as quickly. Yeah. So, and for Justin in particular, we want to have a lot of the Latino folks come out, both men and women. And there's markers. So when you apply to get on the registry and you swab the inside of your mouth, answer these questions, and then all of that information is tested, then there's markers. And depending on what Justin needs, however many markers in the closest match will be the one who will help Justin. But you're also on the registry to help anyone, and you have to have that in your heart too. And we're all hoping that we have a match quickly and nearby for Justin. But if that doesn't happen, we're also hoping that every day we do this, that folks all over the country are doing it. So we might be helping a loved one in Miami, and someone in Chicago might be helping Justin. So we're just trying to get people on.
Okay. Now, Ms. Tasha, what do you got to say about it?
Well, right now we only have about 7% of the total donor registers are of the Hispanic ethnicity. And that's the pool really
backwards.
That's backwards, yeah. That's the pool that really is what will be the best match for Justin. And what we want to do, especially in the Central Valley, where we have such a great number of Hispanics, both male and female, we're really targeting adults 18 to ages 44 to come in and register. Because that's the target that will end up having the best chances of being a match.
I got some speeches to do this week, and I'm going to be seeing some people, and I'm going to pass this information along. And Christian and I were on radio. We definitely promoted. I have to do something in Kingsburg, and
definitely.
I'm going to we'll definitely be out trying to promote this just for all folks that to get out and find, you might have a loved one. You may not be able to help Coach Garza, but you may be able to help someone else that's in need as well. And if we get 1,000, what happens is if we get 1,000, you tell Coach Garza that I'll have pizza for him. We'll have a pizza party for him. If he gets 1,000 people here, we'll throw a pizza. I'll buy him lunch and have a pizza party for him.
That's right. That would be the best pizza ever, wouldn't it?
That's right.
And we'll also encourage your viewers. We do have a Facebook page that's set up. It's Be the Match for Justin Garza, and that's where we're going to be posting some of the events that we're going to do in his honor, and as well as encouraging people to go into the Central California Blood Center to donate blood, to get on the registry, and also explain the process a little bit more, and information that they can find out.
We've had a lot of success with this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. We had Miss Katie Bill. She was Woman of the Year. She came on our show twice. So if you want to reach this 1,000, you're going to have to at least come on here twice. So this is your first one. This is your warm-up lap.
Right.
You have to come on a couple more. Yeah, no, we want you to come on, and we want to promote this event right up until you got it going at Central on that last week. Have you on our show that Thursday probably.
Now, I was told that there was going to be some sort of example. We were going to get to see just how quick that this can be for somebody who wants to help out.
Well, I brought it with me,
right.
And I'm showing you. There's a questionnaire, has all the usual information, name, address, ethnic background. And then there are, for marrow, to get on the marrow registry, there are weight and height ratios that you'll fill out. And unfortunately, I say unfortunately, the age group that can get on the registry is 18 to 44. And we have funding, so anyone who tries to get on, we can pay for it. In some locations around the country, there isn't enough funding, but we have unlimited. So we're very proud of that, and we're willing to help all the time. Once you fill out that form, and then there is swabbing that goes on, and you can see the picture here, and there's one for each of you if you just kind of want to try this part at least. And
we'll try
sort
this
of
part.
like you were brushing the inside of your mouth, you sort of swab the inside of your mouth, and then that goes into an envelope along with your questionnaire, and then we send it to Blood Source in Sacramento for testing.
There you go.
And then once you do that so well, but do it a little bit more.
Okay, I'll do some more.
It's just like a giant Q-tip that you're just swabbing the inside of your
it's
cheek.
hard to work with this thing in my mouth. If I get fired, I hope you got
Well, we're trying
a
to make
job
sure
at the
it's
blood.
done right. And then,
I believe I've done this properly.
I'm sure that you have. And then, as I said, once you fill this out, then we send both to Blood Source. And then those who perhaps are not able to get on the marrow registry for some reason, if you're 17 years of age, 16 with parental permission, in good general health, and weigh 110 pounds, you can donate blood. And Justin's going to need that in patients like him while they're waiting for that match.
I could donate 3 times at 110 pounds.
Okay, but you can only do it once every 8 weeks.
Well, thank you for coming in. And again, we're starting
Tasha, thank you.
the big event, the big drive will be in late August. But of course, you can go in to any Central California blood donation center and get this done at any time. Once every 8 weeks is what I just found out. Thanks for coming in today. We look forward to seeing you again in August to help push this drive again, right?
Thanks for your help.
Most definitely.
Yes,
Thank
thanks
you.
a lot.
Absolutely. We'll take a break. We'll wrap up the show next. It's the Lassen's Rise Show, brought to you by Van Burden Insurance, here on 940 ESPN, the Valley's local sports leader.
And now, back to the Lassen's Rise Show on 940 ESPN. Brought to you by Fashion Furniture, GN2 Fitness, Emmanuel High School, Photech Photo and Imaging Labs, and Lassen's Natural Foods and Vitamins. For the best in everything good, here's Christian Lukens and Coach Q.
Back at Fashion Furniture for one final time here on a Wednesday afternoon. No Rise Show tomorrow. It'll be daytime baseball for the Giants and the A's here on 940 ESPN, which you'll be able to catch again. Game 3 of that series. A's fans, you're happy. Giants fans, starting to get a little bit worried about the direction of the team right now after suffering another 5-run loss last night. But you'll catch that game tonight, 6:35 pregame here on 940 ESPN for the Giants call, and for the A's call, you'll be able to catch it on 790 at about 7 o'clock for pregame. They're coming up next. Normally, after the Rise Show, it's Tony D and the Bulldog Hour. Not today. Semifinal action for the World Cup as Argentina and the Netherlands square off. Probably not another 7-1 affair on the books yet again today, but you're just minutes away from Argentina and Netherlands. Who's going to be taking on Germany on Sunday? We'll find out in just a few minutes. Thanks to everyone who joined us here today. The Doi twins will have the photo of them and all their trophies, by the way, up on our Facebook page here in just a little bit. There's a lot. Good luck trying to count them all. We'll have that posted up here. And again, the information for how to help out with the Justin Garza campaign here as well. We'll have that up on our Facebook again. It's 940 ESPN, the Valley's local sports leader.